Hi, I'm Tammy Wagner with Lakeshore Realty. I'm here with Laura Young from Mountain West Bank, and welcome to the second in our series of first-time homebuyer videos. Laura's going to talk to us today about financing options in North Idaho, so I'm going to turn it over to Laura. Thanks for coming.
Great, thanks Tammy. Hey, I just want to spend a few minutes and discuss some myths, legends, and truths about financing nowadays. There is money available to borrow with all different types of loan programs. How do you get started? First thing to do is just contact a lender, any local lender, myself included. It usually takes about half an hour to 45 minutes either over the phone or at a loan officer's desk to get yourself pre-approved. You'll want to have your pay stubs, W-2s, and bank statements available. That's the easiest and fastest way to get the answers that you're looking for. You'll hear different terminology out there regarding a pre-approval versus a pre-qualification. A pre-qualification is where a lender has reviewed your income and your credit and determined the loan amount you qualify for. You will not be receiving a pre-approval letter until you've picked out a piece of property. That word approval has to be the borrower and the property. How do you find out how much you can afford? Again, that becomes in the pre-qualification process when you provide your pay stubs and W-2s to the lender. There are zero down payment programs available. In most areas in the United States, there's called a USDA program that allows for a zero down payment with zero monthly mortgage insurance. There are closing costs associated with that loan, but you are allowed to finance those closing costs so you can truly get in with no money down. Say you wanted a $1,000 a month payment. On that USDA program, at today's interest rates of about 5.5%, with your taxes and insurance included, $1,000 a month will get you about a $150,000 loan. There are also other great first-time homebuyer programs out there. There's the FHA program, which requires a down payment of 3.5%. There's also VA and conventional. In most states, if you are a first-time homebuyer, if you have not purchased a home in the last 3 years or owned a home in the last 3 years, you can qualify for the tax credit of the $8,000. Now, some states have bond programs that will allow those bond programs to provide second mortgages at closing to pay that down payment if you do not qualify for the 100% financing. Then when you file your tax return, you get your $8,000 tax credit and pay off that second mortgage that was used for your down payment. You can lock an interest rate within 30 days of closing, and once you have picked a piece of property. You have to have property identified to be able to lock in an interest rate. Interest rates are pretty volatile right now, all over the board. I see them changing every hour of every day. Best thing to do is to stay in good contact with your lender and know when your closing date is, and to make sure that everything is on track for a successful closing date, thus not losing your interest rate if you've already locked in. You'll hear other terminology out there regarding origination fees versus discount points. An origination fee is almost always charged. That's how the lenders make their money. It's usually 1% of the loan amount. It has nothing to do with the interest rate. If you want to pay discount points are in addition to an origination fee, and those are used to truly buy down the interest rate permanently. How do you protect your credit during the process? Once you've been to a lender and been pre-qualified, don't go out and buy a new car. Don't go and buy a whole bunch of new furniture for your new house. You want your credits to stay the way it is when you started through closing. Once you've closed on your loan, if you feel you can handle a furniture payment or a new car payment, that's completely up to you. If you've gone out, once you've been pre-qualified and then you find a piece of property and your loan's in process, if you do go out and buy new furniture or a new car or something like that, you're going to need to let your lender know right away, because that could very well interfere with your qualifying and thus cause a delay in your closing. That's just some tidbits on financing. If you have further questions, please don't hesitate to get a hold of a lender anywhere, anytime. Thank you.
Thanks, Laura, for sharing those tips with us. That was awesome. We're also, we'll just point out again, Laura's with Mountain West Bank in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and we'll throw her number up there on the screen so you can call her if you need any help. And then join us for another series when Laura and Suzanne and I are going to have a question and answer session about all of the things that we've talked about in these first two videos. Thanks.
Thanks.